5 seconds. Hey, Joe Rulin along with Jake Wilson, the head coach, first-year head coach for the Maple Grove Crimson. Talk to me about what's that like, being coach from a player perspective now to that coach world.
It's been very fun. I mean, obviously I was a player under my own father here at this stadium, so it's been great to learn from him as a player, now into a coach, taking some from his book and creating my own as well. It's been fun.
Yeah, 2015, a graduate of Maple Grove, through college as well. Talk to me about what you learned about coaching through that college experience.
It's an ever-evolving game. It's changed a lot since my youth years into high school and college, and I take a new page out of different books every single day into my coaching, and it's going to keep doing that until I'm beyond this as well.
Hey, you lost the first game of the season to a very tough team, Benilde St. Margaret, but then you've stacked your last couple of teams, and now you try to continue that stack. What kind of talk in the locker room do you have about getting their mindset ready for that?
Absolutely. I mean, these guys have been playing together for a long time, so it's just them finding themselves. I mean, you could plug and play any coach with this group of guys, and they'll be able to figure it out together.
You've got some juice coming back from last year's squad, and how do you get that pioneered, and how do you get the process set for your team for lacrosse this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got some seniors that are really going to carry through from the last year's stinging losses into this year, and it's nice to be able to lean on them. But there's also a lot of young guys stepping up into big roles that obviously are going to show tonight as well.
If you could describe your team in about 2 to 3 words, how would you describe them?
Resilience and blue collar.
Well, you've got a match for you tonight. Edina coming their way, a successful history as well. And any last minutes you have for them before they hit the field?
Just find their game and play it. I got a lot of faith in these guys, and they know it. So hopefully they can have that same faith in me, and we'll do it together.
Hey, Joe Rulin, along with Jake Wilson, first-year head coach for the Crimson in boys high school lacrosse. It's Edina taking on the Crimson, coming your way in moments. Hey, good afternoon and welcome from Maple Grove High School. Joe Rulin, joined along with the Nate Leiser as we get ready for the matchup here this afternoon, as Edina and the Hornets coming to the mark of 2-0, currently ranked as the number 4 team in the state. Early for the rankings, but nonetheless, they're in the top. Meanwhile, taking on this Osseo Maple Grove squad, and I had a chance to speak with the new head coach, Jake Wilson, just moments ago. Team performing well. They had a tough loss to start the season, but they've stacked their last couple of games. As they get ready to move, a little blustery out on the field. Great to have you with us here. So, 2-1 for this Crimson team. And what do you like about what you've seen so far, Nate, with this Crimson team?
Well, I was here on Monday night. It was not their best effort, but they came back strong on Wednesday. They scored a bunch of goals against Armstrong, which is excellent to see. So they had a big win on Wednesday. Looks like Coach Jake got the offense going, and we're definitely going to need some goals tonight because Edina is a team that is tough to score on. They're very, very good defensively. They're well coached, and as you said, they're the number 4th team in the state right now. As I'm looking out there today, it looks like no changes to the lineup. Looks like Ricky Peterson's at attack, Eli Varian, Grant Jensen.
Ready for the face-off, midfield over the top. The Hornets trying to still get that ground ball controlled. Now the Crimson control. Try to drop back pass there, deflected high. Looking for a clean outlet still. Trying to control the ground ball, both of these squads early on. And finally, flaunted there in the air on the bounce. Now picked up near side. Near side moving down. Here comes the Hornets.
Yeah, this game's going to be really important for Chase. Chase Cutler, our face-off guy, number 32. I love that guy. Had a great season last year, won a ton of face-off playing JV. And he did a good job against OPC's face-off guy, even though he was very talented as well. So good start for Chase there today with that first face-off.
The Hornets certainly led by number 10, Cooper Anderson, 49 goals, 24 assists a year ago. They certainly have a lot of scoring and a lot of that scoring juice for the Hornets. Quick shot here, save, deflect, turned away again, a splendid save. Trying to control, trying to get that outlet's so key. Coming out of your own end here. Maple Grove controls, but thwarting a couple of good scoring opportunities. The goalie here from Maple Grove keeps it at a goose egg.
Yeah, and that was excellent. I mean, that Edina player, he tries to go low, tries to bounce one, and Hammer goes down and saves it with a outstretched right leg. That was just great. Keeping this score 0-0 to start is just a great place to be right now.
Thompson started the run, now drills it back.
We got Cherney out there, number 12, Ricky Peterson, number 20, Thompson, number 7, playing midi.
Roll back out again. Thompson sends it down low. Looking to work it back in the X spot here. Now trying to come out in front. The Crimson knocked loose. Trying to control. We're going to get a flag here and it'll go the way now.
Yeah, great effort there by Eli Varian. I mean, he's just a sophomore. This is going to be a big test for him today. I like to see him battling there for that ground ball, and even though he kind of got knocked down, it's a great way for us to keep possession here early in the game.
Number 9, there, whistled for that penalty for Edina. Burnside. Working it around the perimeter. And the fan here kicking it now to the far side. Some cutting, some moving, some weaving, and a big shot here that's deflected. Off the mark, it'll go the way back in possession of the Crimson. The Crimson, of course, led last year by Ricky Peterson, and again this season as well, 10 goals and 6 assists. Oh, wow! Jumping up top. A nice snipe that time for the Crimson, and they jump up 1-0.
Yeah, I think that was Brady Barthel. I think it was number 34 it looked like. Great pass by Ricky. Perfect timing. You're just talking about Ricky and all those goals, and then he puts together that awesome assist. I wanted to say earlier, I said with a man-up opportunity, I really want them to take advantage of this. We're not going to get a lot of 6-on-5 chances that way, so to get a goal with a first man-up opportunity is just excellent. Great pass, Ricky. Great finish, Brady.
Good motion, good movement. And the Crimson make it pay off. 1-0 lead early on here in the first. Just south of 9 to play, 9 minutes in the first. Moving far side of the field, trying to shake and bake on that far side and lose the defender. Now reversing it back towards the top of the perimeter. Dropping back there for Smith. Smith steps back, allows time for a substitution. Jettisoning in now is Will Burgess.
Yeah, 25. That is Ryan Kasbaum there. He had a great clear. Does a great job playing D-midi at the same time. So it looks like Coach Wilson going in with a little bit of a different lineup. Jackson Schultzenberg, 17, also known as Jacko. He's getting his first minutes as well. We'll see what he can do playing offense here this shift.
The Hornets trying to defend, pressing hard on top. 12 o'clock on that perimeter. Now at the wing, losing control, hustling back to try to gather the ground ball and chuck to the ground. And we'll get a whistle. No, it's going to go away for the Hornets. I thought we may get it turned back over to the Crimson. Quick substitutions on the fly here early in the first. 1-0 lead for the Crimson on the goal by Brady Barthel.
So we got Jacko back in the game. We got Emerson Knutson with the LSM. He's the one that has his shin taped up there. And Ryan Kasbaum here on the near side playing some of that D-midi that I mentioned earlier.
Moving it near side. That's Gentry. On the pass, a snap shot here, countering.
Yeah, wow, that was a
Hey, that
great
was a
shot.
laser. I didn't even see
Oh,
release on that ball.
no, that was a great shot. Perfectly planted. It literally bounced 3 inches before the goal line. Nothing Hammer can do. He tried to stretch out with that left leg and kick it to the side, but it literally went right into that lower corner and bounced into the goal. That was a great shot for sure.
That release and shot was quicker than a hiccup. Gone. 1-1 tie. The Hornets come in with a mark of 2-0. They have scored 37 goals this season. They had a win last Saturday, 18-5 over Woodbury.
Great face-off by Edina. That was just a clean pick and right into our end. It's all right, Chase. You'll get it back, but really good face-off for sure. Possession's going to be huge. The one thing I know about Edina, watching them last year, is they'll get the ball, they'll possess it, they'll run down the clock, they take smart shots. They don't do a lot of, giveaways or errors. They're just a really, really solid team. So winning those faceoffs will be huge today.
Bussy looked for it there. Now hustling, trying to regain control on that far side. Bussy, the leading scorer here, is a hard, fierce shot. Boy, got low that time, did the goalie here, and made a fantastic stop and controlled the shot and that rebound.
Yeah, great save, Hammer. No doubt about it. That one had some speed on him as well, and he's seen the ball well tonight. Even that goal that went in, he saw it. It just bounced past him. So
early shots have brought some serious velo, Nate.
Yes, definitely. But Coach Wilson's got to be happy the way that the goalie's playing so far. This has been a great start for Hammer.
Working it back out now on the run. Seaman has it. Seaman 5 goals already this year. Headmans it, now takes control back again. What are you seeing in terms of formation and defensive strategy here from the Crimson?
Well, what I really like to see so far is Coach Wilson's going with some experience. All those D middies are seniors that were playing that I mentioned earlier. And Josh Thompson, not only is he quick, he's fast, and he's a really, really tough player to beat when he's playing up top there. Usually you'll see Josh playing more offensively, but it looks like Coach Jake has him playing some defense tonight, which I think is a really smart move against this Edina team.
Trying to move. Was taking chance to decompress out near about the 30. Now the move, quick cut, burst to the left, stops, looks across, back to the top of the perimeter. Far side here, leading scorer this year for the Hornets, Bussy, Eli Bussy, 10 goals, 7 assists. So here, gets back, goes long. Quick changes also for the Crimson as they try to reclaim the lead.
Yeah, other thing just from a defensive perspective, the 3 deep holes for the Crimson. Ethan Berry's the veteran, the big guy, played on the state championship football team this year. But what I love to see is Brady Bodar. He's a super aggressive player. And then Charlie Parker. He's probably the smartest guy back there. Young, he's only a sophomore, but really, really talented deep hole for sure.
Excellent to hear. And as you mentioned, we talk about that scoring punches. Got Peterson coming back last year after scoring 45 goals. Now, here's the run.
Oh, no.
A little too high.
Great clear, Brady. Just a little high on that pass.
Elevated at that time. Just missed the pocket, and now race ensues here. Who's going to get possession? Is that Thompson, far side? Here's on the move. Stops, fakes left, continues down the far side. Now pursuing behind the net and trying to set up the offense here for the Crimson. 3.5 to play in the opening period, and it's a 1-1 tie. Working the far side, Barthel. Now looking to switch spots. He regains and tosses one, flicks it over to Peterson. Now drops it back again. Thompson drops it. Peterson battles for it, but the loose ball, the ground ball picked up by the Hornets on the run.
Yeah, the other thing I'll just add quickly there, we got the Cherney brothers, and looks like Blake, the younger of the Cherneys, was getting a little time playing crease there, so I was keeping an eye on him. He was getting a little bit cross-checked, I would say, in the back. They were letting him play, so we'll see how physical they're going to be with our guys off the ball tonight. That's something to watch.
Knutson on the carry down there, and they couldn't get the goal to evolve on that rush. We get a whistle here, 2:36 to play. In the first, we get a whistle.
Looks like a timeout, Edina.
So we're set here, timeout. No, but do you want? No, ideally. So welcome back. Here's a cold, blustery Friday, and great to have you with us, Joe, along here with Nate Leiser. And Nate, a team last year for Maple Grove, going 11-4, and looks like their season ended. 11-4, and then the season ended in the section semifinal loss to Benilde St. Margaret. Benilde St. Margaret ended up winning state.
Correct, yeah. There's a lot of returning players this year that have varsity minutes from last year, but the team did lose some talent. They had a great goal scorer in Landon Bakke, who's now off playing in college, and I think the real loss came at D. You had Shane Rask graduating, you had Luke Bakke graduating, and you had the goaltender Brady Moline graduating. So 2 new starters and a new goalie starting on the D-line. Great thing to have Ricky back, great thing to have Grant Jensen back. Obviously, Josh Thompson's got a lot of minutes. He was playing varsity as a freshman, so big expectations this year, even though we did graduate a lot of players last year for sure.
Of course, the Hornets 11-8 last season. They lost in the section championship to Eden Prairie, but they bring back some major horsepower, led by Cooper Anderson last season with 49 goals, 24 assists so far this year. He has 5 goals. Again, leading scorer is Eli Bussey. This beyond the reach.
I love to see those unforced errors for Edina because it rarely happens. So we got to take advantage of this and get some possession in the other end.
Long pass. What an extension there. Blocked loose out of the net. In the pocket there. Some physical play, but sticking to it is Schultzenberg.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get a whistle there. Jacko trying to clear that ball, lost it, and got pushed with no ball on his cross. That's definitely going to be a whistle every time.
Moving it up near side now once again. Ryan Smith, the midi, works it through, finds a gap, a seam here. Now trying to jettison by. Down low, a pass, still controlled by the Crimson. They'll work it up top. Cherney with it here, reverses on a quick pivot, little spin cycle move. He kicks it to the wing, now down low. Some good defense by the Hornets, and that's a great discipline of theirs. Now getting loose, a quick shot. Goal! Peterson.
Wow. Grant Jensen, that was an excellent bouncer. Great to see those bouncers. You're going to notice you try to go hip high or chest high on these goalies, they're going to save it most often. This goalie went down and the ball just bounced over his left shoulder. Wasn't a ton of speed, but it did need to be because it was so well placed. Great shot, Grant.
Well, sometimes it's kind of like real estate. It's location, location, location. And I'll tell you, it was a well-played ball that time by Grant Jensen. Was free for just a moment. That's enough to send that bouncer right past a pretty tough goalie for this Edina squad.
Great battle chase. That's what we need on our face-offs. Awesome, awesome.
Speaking of which, Spindler is between the post this afternoon for Edina. He was there last season for their run as well.
That was a nifty pass there by Nudie with that long pole. Flipped it over his shoulder over to Josh Thompson and was able to clear the ball. I love that. Now we got 12, Beck Chernian. So for the Beck brothers, Beck is 12 and Blake is 24. And keep that in mind if Grandma's out there watching tonight.
Hey, I like that tip. That's a need to know. Set back. As you mentioned, it's now Crimson have reclaimed the lead 2-1. Cherney cuts in, looks across. He's bracketed there defensively, forced outside. And then back behind Jensen, sends it back to a teammate, circling behind, trying to create a gap or some spacing. Cherney on the receiving end of that pass. Now a little spin move by Varian.
And that's the quarter.
And we'll go to the end. A fast-moving first. 2-1 lead here for the Crimson. And Nate, you got to be happy with the performance and also the goalie.
Oh, I am so happy right now. I'm sure everybody watching is so happy now to be up on the number 4 ranked team in the state. 2-1 after the first quarter. You can't ask for anything more. The best thing that I liked about this team tonight, they played patiently. They didn't have many errors at all. And they're playing Edina the way Edina plays, and they're beating them at their own game. This is just excellent. I'm just so happy with what I'm seeing in that first quarter. Great job, guys.
Well, you look at these numbers. These are the players that are returning. And I mentioned Anderson, 49 goals. Bussey, 25 goals. Stocko, 24 goals. Dietrich, 19 goals. And Gentry as well with 19 goals. And they've got some juice that can score for this Hornets squad. And anytime you get a goalie performing the way he has thus far in Hamel, that's a help. That's a great help. So
yeah, no doubt Hammer had 2 excellent saves, just excellent saves that you're not going to see every day, both those shots. That one bouncer did get in, but the other thing he's been doing real well that I like to see when Jacob's out there playing is his quick clears and quick decision making. He gets that in the net, he puts his head up, and he's trying to get that clear going right away before Edina is able to set up and mark up our guys. So keep that quick decision making going, Hammer. You're playing great tonight.
Hammer comes in with a save percentage of about 600 and getting himself set, seeing a lot of shots on the season, and he saw a plethora of shots in that first. As we get ready, Edina, the Hornets moving right to left.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, if you are a 50% save percentage as a goalie in lacrosse, you're very, very good. So the fact that Hammer's up at 60% this year is really impressive. Every coach would love to have a goalie with a 60% save percentage for sure. Come on, Chase.
Those of you who couldn't tell, Nate just made a beautiful glove save, flashed the leather to make a save on the headset while I went to get a chair. Wonderful job, Nate. Working through midfield now here, controlled. The Hornets on the move. Down below, looking for a little speed and space for the Hornets, and they'll set right back up again. Great to have you with us on an overcast Friday. Quick transition, getting back in now. For the Hornets, there is Gentry. Adds to that scoring punch.
What number are you seeing here in that near side? The midi up top there. Is that 11? Is that Will Burgess getting some minutes, I think?
I think you're right.
So Will Burgess is now in there with Ryan Casbaum and Ethan Berry there with the long pole, chasing number 2 around.
Set. Ooh. Movement there. Contact trying to free up the ball. They do with the ground ball scooped up and controlled. Looks to be there by Simonson. Just underway in the second.
But you can see what I'm saying about Edina. I mean, it's now a minute and a half through, and they just are plodding. They're done on our end. They just take their time. There's no shot clock.
Shot. Score.
Yeah, they take their shot, and that was it. It was open, high corner. Not sure if Hammer saw that clearly, but that's what they do. They run the clock down for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and try to score. It's frustrating, the defense, because you get kind of worn down and you're chasing these guys around longer than you want to. So what we got to do is win these faceoffs. If we don't, we got to create turnovers and play in the other end.
There you can see the replay. Good little spin, and then snaps off a snipe. With that traffic in front. And the Hornets have this tied up at 2 apiece.
Come on, Josh.
It's about 10 to play here in the second. Let's see how the Crimson respond.
Crimson ball. That's great.
Pick it up on the move, far side of the field, lifted. Look to cut back, and now reverses. Comes in a little deeper, then it's dropped right back out and down below.
Yeah, really impressive to see Eli Varian out there. Just a younger player, only a sophomore, but really quick and hard to guard.
Moving by there, Beck Cherney. Drops it down low again, that time to Varian. Now working the door, loose ball there. Up in front, collected. And corralled that time by the Hornets.
Oh, I like this ride by the Crimson. They marked up quickly. They were making the goalie walk it up because they had nowhere to go with that ball.
I like that. That can change the tempo of a match here. It seemed that goalie is not precise with that passing. A little maybe lacking confidence. You kind of make them kind of change that behavior or adjust it back behind.
Yeah, for sure. If we can create a turnover in a situation like that, that's great.
Hornets continue to try to work their way. Gentry with number 4 momentarily now moving in for the shot. The save is made. Getting there and tried to go low that time on Hamill, but he made the save. Still with the rebound in possession. It's the Hornets out in front. They try to take a snapshot that time and rolls out of play, but in possession for the Hornets.
Yeah, good effort, good look. Shot went wide, and we'll take that every time.
2-2 tie as we move.
Great stick.
In here, good defense. Loose ball gathering, ground ball, trying to scoop that up and get possession, but now finds its way back on the net there of Gentry to the cross. Now a quick shot. Wow. I couldn't tell if he got a piece of that or not in goal, but nonetheless, Crimson on the counter attack.
Timeout, Maple Grove.
The Crimson, a timeout here, and what do you think you're hearing from first-year head coach Wilson?
Well, I was about to say just earlier, if you saw that great play out there by Mr. Bodner, number 43, great stick, knocked the ball out of the air. The ball's bouncing right in front of another Crimson player, and we can't scoop it up and go. Luckily, when Edina comes back for a shot, we did save it, and we finally did get our clear. But those are the opportunities we cannot give this team. This team is too good. That's why they're ranked number 4, to give them second opportunities when they don't deserve them. So we got to clean that up. We got to get our clears done when we win those 50-50 balls. So keep that in mind. We got to keep watching that as the game goes on for sure.
Oh, well, the Crimson coming off a nice win, 16-7 over Armstrong. Game that saw Eli Varian with 4 goals, 2 assists. 4 goals also for Grant Jensen. He has 1 here tonight, another 2 for Ricky Peterson, and 2 assists. And, of course, getting the win between the net is Hamill.
Yeah, I believe the screen says 2-1. It actually is tied now, 2-2. John will probably be updating that shortly. But 8 minutes until half, 2-2 tie. Kind of what I expected with this game tonight. It's going to be low scoring early, and the teams are going to fill each other out, and there might be a little bit more goals in the second half, but it's really, really good start for the Crimson, in my opinion.
2-2 tie. On the move, here comes Maple Grove from the corner. Jensen kicks it back out up top.
That's Ryan Smith, number 30, getting some minutes here up in the offensive zone.
Shot here, good one by Thompson, a good bounce, but knocked down and a fierce save made. Again by Spindler. Circling back. Almost a reverse at the field. Full run here. Unchallenged here until about the 20. Swatted at and knocked loose by the Crimson. Smith. Time off of his stick. Back again. Controlling are the Hornets. 2-2 tie late here. This will be at 7 minutes left in the second. Working it.
Here they go again. They slow it down, set it up, get the formation they want, try to find a mismatch. I do think the guy there on free dine number 2 behind the net, I can't quite know his name, but he's a quick.
Yep, Drew Stocko.
Yeah, he's a quick. Look at that spin move by him and his shot.
Oh,
I mean,
what?
He is a quick player. We got to keep our eye on him for sure.
Gets it back on the rebound, tries to put this one by. Fantastic save.
Great job, Jacob. That is excellent. Yeah, Stocko is so quick in his spin moves. I know you mentioned he scored a lot of goals last year too, so we got to keep an eye on him as this game
24
continues.
goals, 22 assists last season for the Hornets.
Yeah, definite offensive threat.
Adequate. I'm kidding. Back again now, those reset.
Oh, good pass, Ricky.
Moving it down low, and now a race to try to get possession.
Yeah, I like
Crimson.
Eli trying to make something happen there, but he gets that big D pull on him. He's going to have a hard time getting around a guy with a 6-foot pole in his hand for sure.
Still in this first half, second period. It's approaching 5.5. It's a 2-2 tie here as Crimson try to reclaim the lead. Here's the move. Big shot left side. Kicked up high. Rebound in the air. Elevating to bring it back down and on to control.
Yeah, I like that shot, Brady. Brady put it right on goal. It's just a good save. Ricky taking the rebound and just shoots one wide. We keep possession. The one thing I want to say, a little bit different than that OPC game that I'm liking, like right there with Grant Jensen playing that X position a little more. We did turn over a few shots last game that I was here because we had nobody there behind the net. So keeping those possessions, getting an extra chance, I'm for that all the time if we can. And that shot was obviously just a little bit higher than he'd like, but
You got to spin it with the save. Hornets on the transition. Work it up to about the 20 now. Reverse and send it back again. Substitution back in as Seaman. And trying to wake his way back in again as Lincoln Gentry for the Hornets. Knotted up at 2 apiece. Taking on the number 4 ranked team, the Crimson, taking on the Hornets.
Great stick, Ryan Kasbaum. Ryan Kasbaum knocks down that pass, deflects over to Hammer, catches it, does a quick outlet pass, which I love to see. It's unfortunate the Edina guy was there to take that away from Charlie Parker, but the thought was correct.
Enough to disrupt the play, but Hornets now work it up near side and still hold possession. As you mentioned, they'll have more of a deliberate style before they go on the attack.
Oh, come on.
This one's lofted high, out of play, unforced error there, and it's going the way of the Crimson. They get it back here and try to gain that lead back one more time. Just under 4 to play.
Good,
pass.
Quick clear, Jacko. I like that. That was a smart play.
Good, clean pass, even with contact.
Edina was subbing, it looks like 3 of their players, so for Jacko to take advantage of that, that was very smart. See if we can set something up and get a good opportunity of our own here.
Working out, taking the defender with him on that far side is Beck Cherney. That pass a little too high, stepping in front. Hornets counter attack here, looking to pursue, kicks it up. They've got the numbers if they want to activate the opportunity. A shot here, spin and a goal.
Wow, and guess who that was? Just guess, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2,
Stocko.
Again, just a quick feet, quick spin.
So accurate.
Yeah.
And when you've got a defender in front of you,
yeah,
it's
really
tough
good.
there for the goalie to see. Another snipe. Get another look on this replay.
You know, you're going to give up a fast break opportunity, and they're going to take advantage of it. You can't put that really on the D. It's kind of unfortunate turnover, and they just had a great fast break the other way. Can't get discouraged. We're down 3-2, but we can tie this up with 3 minutes left in the half.
First lead of the game for Edina at 3-2. Crimson cannot control it off that face-off, so this will allow the Hornets to kind of buzz some time off the clock, no pun intended. Hornets reverse, get some fresh legs out there.
It's Brady Mullman, number 14, coming in for the Crimson, too, to play some D-midi on the near side, up by that 30-yard line right there.
For Stocco, goal number 7 on the season for him. Circling behind. A look at the wing there. It's going to be a battle. Who's going to get the ball? Dies. The ball dies about 5 yards away from midfield. To pick up the scoop, Seaman. And now a chance back again as the Hornets will take a deep breath, exhale before they begin their attack. Seaman again, near side. He's being shadowed there defensively by the Crimson. Good play there. Looks like Bodner for the Crimson. Forcing play to the opposite side of the perimeter. Now back behind the net to the X Factor. Here's a look. The X spot there. Cutting out front. Deflected low. Check out in front. Good. Beautiful save again.
Great save there. You mentioned Bodner earlier. I love watching Brady Bodner. He's aggressive. He just started using that long pole about halfway through the year last year, so he doesn't have a ton of experience. It's not like he's had that in his hand since he was 8 years old. So to just see his growth from last year to this year, it's just really, really impressive. He's getting a lot of minutes for this team this year already.
Chance here now as they reload the Hornets. Try to put a sting here in before the half, and a bump and a bounce and a goal scored again by the Hornets, and they have now doubled up on the Crimson 4-2.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I just kind of had that feeling. You know, the Edina Hornets got around that crease, 3-4 times in the last minute, and Hammer was able to stop 3 of them. It's just that 4th one went in. That was a really good bouncer. Again, not maybe the hardest shot, but great location.
Yeah, they're
tough to save.
They've had some flybys here late in the second, and here's the goal. Again, that was one of those goals. Not a lot of velo, but the placement was perfect.
Yeah, really good shot.
Hornets now. Again, 2-goal lead, and here's a key component here. Crimson would love to get this face off.
Oh, come on.
On the ground ball, trying to get the scoop and earn away. Deflects back. Hornets still scrambling there for it. Now it's get a whistle, I think a timeout from Edina.
Yeah.
And their head coach in his 6th season, Andy Lee.
Smart play. You know, you have that scramble. It's anybody's ball. Goes into Edina, the guy's cross for 2 seconds, and coach calls timeout. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to settle him down. He's going to set it up. Minute 13 left. They'll probably play for the last shot. And they'll either go into the locker room up 5-2 or keep their 4-2 lead. Really smart play by that coach. Drives me crazy. It's annoying.
Tough. It is tough.
They've been like this since the kids played youth at U8. That's how Edina plays, and they're really good at it.
That's the style of so many of these different teams. Their fortes, or at least kind of the process they have in place at that high school level. It is, as you mentioned before, it is an Edina team, currently number 4. Benilde St. Margaret is first. That's came out Star Tribune here on April 15th, just a couple of days ago. Those early polls, always so tough to really tell what's the real deal. But Stillwater, they are currently number 2, followed by Lakeville North. Lakeville North at the 3 spot, then Edina, then Eden Prairie.
Matamidi, number 6, Farmington. And then Wayzata at 8, Rosemont 9, and Prior Lake finishes out the top 10.
It's important to note, too, the Crimson girls, I believe, are ranked 8th right now. So come out and support the girls team. They're having a great start to their season.
That they are. Good to have it. Now we're back in play. They've started, look, and we'll see. Will that last shot come with about a minute left? See if Nate has the call correct.
We got Emerson Knutson. That's Ryan Kasbaum up top there, playing the short stick D midi. Ethan Berry, number 5 on the far side.
Gentry has it, continues. Now sends it back down low after a touch by a teammate. To the X spot here, trying to spin back out front, looks in front to the crease and crossed away. To the other side, good shot. And a whistler that.
Yeah, that was a great help there. Great slide by number 14, Brady Melman, to shut down that attack.
Hornets control again as we have 15 seconds left.
Come on, D.
Left in this half, now trying to put the move on it quick. Bloodstream shot to the goal.
Wow.
Top shelf, put it with a peanut butter on that one. A good, vigorous goal that time and puts the Hornets.
Yeah, 8 seconds left. You hate when that happens. I hate when that happens, but great move, great dodge. Inside, outside, goes top corner. That might have even been bar down. That was so close to the post there. It was really, really good shot.
Cooper Anderson picks up the goal. Mentioned he was the leading scorer last year with 49 goals, 24 assists. Again, an adequate season.
Yeah.
But started out this year already with that is his 11th goal.
Come on, Chase.
Set underneath, now a 5-2 lead. So 4 unanswered goals for the Hornets. So they trailed 2-1 in that first, and we are at the midway mark of this match. Both teams will refuel, recalculate, and try to find the right tempo and cadence for the team. Certainly, what do you expect from head coach Jake?
Well,
Wilson?
I think Coach Jake's going to go in the locker room and say to all these returning players, especially, guys, we've been here before. This is exactly how the game went last year in Edina. We kind of didn't have our best start last year. This year, I think they had a much better first quarter, but we got down, I think we were down 3 or 4 goals going into the third quarter and came back within 1 goal with a minute left in the game. So just because Edina has this 3-goal lead, you can score a lot of goals quickly in lacrosse. The team can score a lot of goals in the second half. We have Jensen, we have Ricky Peterson, Josh Thompson, Eli Varian. We got a lot of guys who can score goals. So I'm not too upset yet. I'm going to tell the guys, great first quarter. We beat them in the first quarter. Yeah, they beat us in the second quarter, but there's plenty of opportunity to come back. We've got 24 minutes to play, and I think I'd like to score first. That's what I'm telling them. Try to get that first goal. If we can keep this score 5-3, anything can happen.
Shift that momentum and kind of stop that bleeding as they could. So Edina, 4 unanswered goals, a 5-2 lead here at half. I'm just going to step away for a moment. Joe Rulin, along with Nate Leiser, will return here in just a couple of moments for the second half.
All right, Crimson fans, we are back. 15 seconds left in the halftime here. I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you to the Maple Grove community. There are a lot of businesses out there that are supporting youth sports and high school sports. Specifically, Chanticleer Pizza tonight is hosting the team after the game, so big shout out to them. Obviously, Jets Pizza, Chick-fil-A, they're always making our concession stand a little bit more exciting. So thank you to all 3 of those businesses tonight.
Always good to have a little swag in the concession stand.
Definitely, especially on these chillier nights. I kind of snuck down under the stadium here, halftime. I was trying to see what was going on, see if I could hear anything. It's definitely sprinkling now. The team did seem pretty positive. I was, like I said, trying to listen in. Couldn't get any good info for any of you, but they do seem in pretty good spirits. Like I said, if we can just come out in this third quarter, especially, we talk a lot about Ricky Peterson. Ricky has a bullseye on him. He's been playing varsity lacrosse for 4 years. Earlier this year, Down the LA podcast came out and said Ricky Peterson is the best player in our section. And so everybody knows he's going to get the ball. What I noticed early on is when Ricky would get the ball, he'd get like at least 2 players collapsing on him. And he's unselfish enough to distribute. So if it were me, I would try to get the ball in Ricky's hands and see if we can get a goal here sooner than later.
And they're going to get a look at a face-off. The goals scored in that first half. I know we had one from Jensen.
Yeah, we did have one from Jensen. I can't remember who scored the first goal. I got to do a better job with my notes.
That's all right. I got her here. Hornets are on a 4-goal scoring spree. We're down 2-1 in that first and have jumped out front here 5-2 as we begin the second half here in the third. Certainly tallying a goal recently. Cooper Anderson with 2 goals for the Hornets. Stocko with 1 as well. We'll get you caught up as well as this game unfolds. And as you mentioned, the Hornets hold on to it. Anderson back in, receive. Here trying to get on the defense, gets a quick run there, but defensively a good stop. Time.
Good turnover, guys. We needed that bad.
Nicely on the transition. Here they go. Crimson trying to control through, shall we say, a nest of Hornets. Going through, finally ahead. Knocked free and out. Out of the stick that time of Smith back the other way. Counterattack for the Hornets. Hornets, little give and go, tic-tac-toe. Try to light it up, cannot connect on that one. Just missed, but a good job of staying strong between the pipes that time and staying calm and Hamill.
Yeah, we definitely dodged a bullet there. It looks like Ethan Berry kind of got cut up at the half line on that clear, and that gave numbers going the other way to Edina. So let's make sure we communicate better. This doesn't happen again, boys.
Disruptive and diffusing a scoring opportunity there, the defense, and picked up there. And Hamill tries to lead it out now down the near side. Here come the Crimson. They'll stop as that ball knocked loose. Some major contact, but
Brady.
Not stopping.
Barthel. Here we go, fast break. Here we go, boys.
Got some juice going here in the second half.
Now
the doorstep, scores! Cut into the deficit, now just 5-3.
Yes.
And the Crimson go the distance. Some strong play by Barthel to get it loose at midfield, and then right on the doorstep, burying it back of the net.
Yeah, that was great, Brady. Brady Barthel winning that 50-50 ball twice, and just like we talked about after halftime, what did he do? Fast break opportunity, 4-on-3. He saw Ricky Peterson on the other side. All eyes went to Ricky, and what did he do? He dished it down low, right in the crease. A goalie's going to have a hard time saving a shot from the crease line like that, so keep running through Ricky. We're going to get some opportunities, guys. I love it. Keep it going.
They're in with the goal. Cuts in, just like he said. You called it here, Nate, as we started just before half. You said they've come out and get that first goal and get it back to within 5-3. They've done just that.
Yeah, great job, guys. Great way to start this third quarter.
Continuing to move it up, and Hornets now take a deep breath here. And reset. Now we look inside. Pierce, good run, stops on a dime, reverses, and again another spin cycle move that time for the Hornets. Goes over the top of the net. They'll retain possession from behind. Fake left, spin again, trying to cut out front. Excellent defense by the Crimson. I believe that's Parker. Back in front, knocked loose, picked up. Here's Stocko. Stocko regains it, left side, nudges his way ahead, and blisters one.
Wow.
Whoa!
Wow.
A rope
Yeah.
from Stocko. His second goal of the game.
He is a good player. You kind of saw him put his shoulder down. I thought it was maybe going to be a Ward situation there, but the ref let it go on, and I don't blame him. I mean, it was just a good, hard play, good shot. The other thing I was just realizing out there, I'm super embarrassed about this, but number 14 is getting quite a bit of minutes here for the Crimson, and that is Jack Conrad. I was saying Mulman earlier, and I was thinking at halftime, like, who's this Mulman guy? I've never heard of that name. Well, he's on Edina, that's why. So sorry, Jack Conrad. I'm seeing you out there, number 14, playing some D midi. You're doing a great job out there. I apologize.
Great shot by Max at field level here on this shot. I love this look as they get ready for this face-off. A good, clean shot because it is such a pivotal part of possession.
Oh, come on, Chase. Good help, Eli. Let's win this, boys.
Battling here and picked up now. Run far side, controlled. Hornets. A jailbreak opportunity here on the door side. Scores! A jailbreak run that time by the Hornets.
Yeah, and I apologize there. I don't know what happened. I was too busy watching the attackmen, and I was going to say they're doing a great job. I mean, they were defending all the way to the 50, and then I just turned my head to the right, and we somehow had two green jerseys behind our D poles, and I guess I don't know what happened there.
Bo Simonson with that goal.
But yeah, he basically had all the time in the world and nobody on him, so that was an easy play for him. All right, looks like Edina went early, so we're going to get that ball. That's Ryan Smith, number 30. He's going to take it up quickly and get a touch here.
See if they can reciprocate that goal.
Good quick move, Ryan. That's Beck Cherney in the game. Again, the Cherney brothers, Beck is 12 and Blake is 24.
Reversing back. A look here as 7-4 lead, the largest, 7-3 lead, the largest of the game here for the Hornets. But Crimson try to counter. A shot here.
Flag is down. Flag is down there. They're going to get the whistle. I think they're going to call a cross check. We'll see what the referee says here. It'll probably only be 30 seconds, but we could definitely use a man-up opportunity right now.
Hey, you just never know what's going to create momentum. And with one man down for even a limited time.
Oh, looks like referee's called in a hold there, so that's fine too. It's still going to be a 30-second man-up opportunity. Let's hope
number 6
make
that
the most
time.
of it.
Viner.
We got Cherney.
Up top on the perimeter, now moving it to your side. Kicking it up at about 12 o'clock, straight up back now, reset. Another look, trying to find that backside here as time ticking away and they lose possession.
That was very disappointing, guys. We're up for 30 seconds. We did not get a shot. I know they're trying to set up. I know they're looking for the perfect play, but we got to get a shot on these guys when we have a man-up situation. At least one.
Controlled, continue to run the field here. This Brady Mallman.
Oh, come on, Kazzy.
Back again, trying to control. Picks it up, stop. That's Stockel. Great defense. Stymied that time. Done well by Maple Grove.
Great job, Ethan Berry, with his long pull. That was excellent.
Great job by Barry.
I believe this is Will Burgess, number 11, trying to clear it. Someone needs to help him.
On the run, kick side, near side. Stocko sets back up. Again, he's got a goal already here. Does Drew. Here in the first half and in the second as well. 8 goals for Stocko thus far on the season. 6.5 to play here in the third. 7-3 lead. Hornets try to strike again. miss, but possession picked up, and it'll be controlled by the Hornets behind the play.
Another good defensive play there by Will Burgess. Some people say that's the toughest position to play in lacrosse is short stick D midi, so great job out there, Will.
From the high side, from the wing on the perimeter, and whistled high and hard over the top of the net, missing. That was Cooper Anderson. Anderson, 7 goals on the season, including 2 here this afternoon. Stopping, reversing, goal! Tucks it nicely under the crossbar. Now a 5-goal lead for this Hornets team that stings again.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a really, really good quick spin move. He had everybody sold that he was going in front, and he just spun back and put a great shot. I believe, was that Bussey?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Eli Bussey, that's his 11th goal. First here today, 11th goal of the season. I'm not sure, but when you watch that move, I think I just tore my ACL again. Stopped on the dime, reversed.
Yeah, that was a really good just individual effort.
I cannot sneeze that quick. And he just buried it. And so good with that location. You just can't give them the least amount of space for these Hornet squad. They come in 2-0. Trying to make it 3 and stack it. Meanwhile, Crimson trying to stack and go to 3 straight wins. On the run here, deflected in the front and making it going north-south. Trying to deliver again the Hornets.
Yeah, great play there by Ryan Kasbaum to catch up with his player. I think he deflected the stick just enough to make that shot go wide.
I think you're right. He definitely disrupted that shot, but didn't give up. Again, Stocko drops it back into player here just into the game, and Michael Sieve. A roller this time, tries to slide it under the garage door. No way, that's deflected back, but the Hornets retain possession.
Yeah, good deep pull there by Ethan Berry too. I heard a big crack, so I know he affected that shot for Stocko, make it go wide. Great job, Ethan.
Working it inside, looking for a teammate. Now, trying to head himself, Bussey there. Butts out front, deflects right into the net, collecting it, grabbing it in goal.
Yeah, another great stick there by Ethan Berry. Good job, guys.
Hamill being pestered up front, forces a bad pass, now picking up the roller. The Hornets try to reciprocate and bring it back and counter and capitalize, but Hamill says no more, no, not today, and he turns it away and scoops it up. Cannot control after the outlet pass. 4.5 to play in the third. Point blank, opportunity, scores. No one able to pick him up, and so he buried it. Luke Seaman. Now a 9-3 lead for the Hornets.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. You know, Hammer had those 2 great saves. We just had to clear the ball, and twice we couldn't clear it. Edina is getting extra opportunities here that we just can't give them. They're just too good of a team, and they're going to capitalize on those. Nothing really to point out. It's not like there was a huge error. We just got to do a better job as a team clearing the ball.
6th goal of the season for Luke Seaman. He was left all alone in front. And now the Hornets, with that 9-3 lead, have their largest lead of the game. This match here this afternoon coming to you from Maple Grove. Glad to have you with us. Joe Rulin joined along with the Nate Leiser. Great to get his perspective on the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, another Edina face-off win. He's a good face-off player, no doubt about it. We're just going to have to figure out a way to win more of those than we're losing right now. I'm guessing there's a little bit of an advantage there for Edina. And with a 6-goal lead, you think they were slowing the game down earlier, everybody. Just wait to see what they do here in the 4th quarter. It's going to be like playing in mud.
Speaking of mud, the rain is coming down. Pretty vicious wind has also been present most of the afternoon. Says the temperature is about 48, but it says it feels like 35 right now anyway, according to my Apple phone. Coming up next For the Crimson, they travel to Tino Grace on the 23rd, Wednesday. And then they come back to host Elk River on the 28th. And that takes care of that month of April. This lacrosse season is like ready, fire, aim. It goes quick.
Yeah, not to get too ahead of ourselves here, but Tino Grace is off to a slow start this year. They're a young team, and I'm expecting that the Crimson are going to have a lot of scoring chances here in this next game. So that's on the road. Please come out and support them. And then we'll be back here live, putting this game out to everybody against the Elk River Elks 2 games from now.
Tino, you mentioned, Nate, a slow start. They're 0-3 this season. Meanwhile, Elk River at 1-2, but those numbers will change for those teams before they do match up. Moving to the left, cutting back, reversing, coming near side to the center.
Oh, get out.
Out of play. A turnover there by the Hornets.
All right, I like it. We needed that, guys.
Let's see if that can give the Crimson the swag, the sizzle to get this comeback underway. Down by 6, 9-3, just under 4 to play here in the third. Moves it up to the far side. A whistle and a timeout.
You know, that was a really good opportunity for the Crimson to have that turnover. One thing that's bothered me a little bit, not to give any inside baseball here to the Edina fans watching, but we'll just keep this between us. I do not see Josh Thompson out there, number 7, and he is an unbelievable clearer of the ball. And with him not out there clearing, I'm just kind of wondering what's going on with Josh, because we need him in there right now, his quickness and his speed. I hope he's all right. Have you noticed number 7?
Not the second half.
No, I haven't either.
Not the second half. He was certainly an active part of the squad. Thompson, by the way, comes in with 7 goals and 2 assists. So a catalyst for this Maple Grove squad, and head coach Jake Wilson.
Yeah, and he can play defense. He can score, like you said. But Josh is he's so quick, and he's also fast, and he's just great at clearing the ball. So when I don't see that going on, I mean, I notice it right away, because when he's out there and you see him doing his clears, you know it's number 7, just how he runs. So I've been seeing, looks like 25 Ryan Kasbaum, who's very quick and fast in his own right, taking the clears here in this half. And I saw that one, obviously, that we scored on with Brady Barthel, but we'll have to see if Josh gets back in the game or not.
Maple Grove opened the season with a loss to a tough Matamidi team, 2-1, then put up 2 consecutive wins over OPC and Robbinsdale Armstrong, and trying to stack 3 straight wins against a very tough opponent here this evening of the Hornets. Right now they trail 9-3 with 3.5 to play in this third. Working it, trying to redirect.
Look at that, 3 guys on Ricky.
They are tracking him by the numbers. In front, moving it through, loose ball, trying to scoop up finally. Goalie controls it and moves it up for the Hornets, looking to find an outlet. He's got some time. No one has come up to press him just yet. Finally, he releases it and misses, but gets the hop and cannot control.
Come on, Ethan, let's win that. Good job.
Good effort that time defensively. They had a couple of opportunities to get that goalie outlet pass, did the Hornets. Neither player could control. So
all right,
the Crimson.
There's Brady Barthel again, so still no Josh Thompson.
Long pass, perfect over the defender, and now making a run far side, the Crimson.
I think that's number 1, Charlie Parker.
Parker again being shadowed, reverses, stops in that corner. His pass disrupted by the defense of the Hornets. Still a scramble. The ground ball here, effort scooped up and now controlled by the Crimson. They get it down low.
Good pass.
Working in front, looking for a one-timer. Oh,
I think that hit the post, Brady. That was a good shot. I believe it hit the post.
A
Good
catch
pass.
and release that time. Parker trying to connect that time with Barthel. Back again in control here, the Crimson. Back up top now. Loses control. The Crimson at that time in Burgess. Now back the other way. Hornets going to see if they can make them pay. They do.
Wow.
Low side. A burner that time. That came so quickly.
Yeah, I think our deep poles were giving that alley open for the long pole coming up. It was definitely a fast break opportunity 4-on-3, but no one slid. And usually you see those deep poles looking for the pass. So if you're going to give him all that much room up the alley, I guess eventually he's going to shoot. So
Christian Kuhl picks that goal up for the Hornets and moves it now to a 10-3 lead with 1:37 left in the third. Just that turnover they couldn't quite control. I believe it was Burgess who had to go off of his stick. And Hornets wasted little time to take advantage of that turnover. Far side, the Hornets win that draw again. Take it back behind their net, and as you said, Nate, they'll probably work this for maybe the next minute before they do a little catch and release shot.
yeah, I would definitely expect they will run this clock down and play for the fourth quarter.
Thanks for joining us. Overcast evening here from Maple Grove Sports Facility here, and Friday Night Light. Good to have it with you, and of course, great to have Nate Weiser here with me as well. His knowledge. Side shot, scores, they do. 43 seconds left. From kind of an obtuse angle that time, he's able to bury it.
Great ball movement by the Hornets. I mean, they went all around the horn, hit a cutter, and it was a good shot.
And I think that's going to give the Hattie there to number 10 for Edina and Cooper Anderson. Again, he had 49 goals last season.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Wilson's going to do a little bit of a change here. It looks like he's going to put Emerson Knutson here back in the middle on D and move Charlie Parker up to LSM. Maybe mix it up a little bit and see if that'll change any results here.
Trying to maybe, slow down that speed up the middle, or what were you thinking?
Yeah, I think it's partly that, but, Emerson Knutson, he's the senior, the team captain. Get him back there with some experience. He's a D2 commit going to play at Lewis University in Illinois next year. A little more size maybe, so to have him and Ethan Berry back there. And then Charlie Parker, I would say he's a little bit quicker. Maybe put a little bit more speed up there at LSM. See if we can get the ball playing to the other side of the field, so to speak.
Crimson get the whistle to proceed, and they do with possession here. 17 seconds left in this third. Trailing 11-3.
Let's see if Ricky can make something happen. I mean, look at all the green eyes on him.
They are triangulating around him with three players. In play again from the X spot behind, losing an edge, and that's going to take us to the end of the third. And Edina has upped the ante to an 8-goal lead at 11-3 at one time. Maple Grove had a 1-0 lead. It was tied 1-1. Then they reclaimed a lead to the Crimson at 2-1, but since then it was Edina who had scored 5 unanswered goals. Maple Grove answered to make it to 5-3 early here in this third, but unable to get anything going since then. Just some good speed and strength and some scoreability here by Edina.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate there for Eli Varian at the end of the quarter. He was making an aggressive move to the net, and I think he would have had a good shot there with a couple seconds left, but unfortunately he slipped, and I think maybe that rain affected his footwork a little bit, but they're still playing. They're still putting the effort on there. They still want to score some goals, so we'll just see if we can get the ball in our offensive half in the fourth quarter and get a couple in early, see what happens.
Certainly has been a heavy dose of rain. The rain started about midway through the second and has kind of been relentless since then. And it does get slick on that field. We talked about the Hattie tonight for Anderson, so that gives him 8 goals on the season. He came in with 5 goals and 6 assists. 2 goals have also gone the way to Stucco. Of course, Bussey has a goal. Seaman as well has a goal. And Christian Kuhl scored his first goal here in the third. His first goal of the season.
Yeah, I don't know if you had the stats for last year. Kuhl, it's Kuhl if I recall that name from last year. I think he's a pretty decent goal scorer. Oh, there's a Kuehl. Yeah, I think he had quite a few goals last year as well. They got a lot of weapons on the Edina team, is what I'm saying. You know, no doubt about it. A lot of talent.
Yeah, Steve, another player we haven't heard much from yet tonight, Mikey Steve. 15 goals last year as well. Again, Gentry, number 4 with 19. They have some goal farmers, shall we say, on this Edina squad. So we're set now, ready to get the duel going. They'll set the clock.
All right, Chase Kudla, face-off man. Let's see what you can do, Chase.
Get possession here. Dropping it back. Rebound deflection picked up cleanly now by the Crimson.
Great job, Chase. Oh, he just got drilled
That
right
level,
in the chest.
But what focus to get that pass out, but then a turnover.
Yeah, great toughness, Chase. Looked like they put Brady Bodnar in there to play some LSM and Ryan Casbaum as well. That was a good combination. If we can win some more of those face-offs, just got to possess it as the substitutions are coming in.
Hornets come in with wins over Blaine and Woodbury this season, trying to move it to 3-0. As we mentioned at the start of the broadcast, they are currently ranked number 4 in the state.
Yeah, and Woodbury, they were a top 10 team last year. I don't know how many players they lost, but I think they beat them by like 10 goals or more, so that was a really good win for Edina.
Certainly an impressive one. Hornets trying to get at it. Stucco could not reach it. Turnover, I believe it's going to go to the Crimson. It will.
All right, we got to be smart. It's going to be in the cross there of Ethan Berry. I see Ryan Smith in there, number 30. Beck Cherney's coming in. In these situations, we love to get in a short stick hand and let them go and clear it, but Edina's marked up really tight with this ride.
Nate, yeah, it is. Nate, you had mentioned they thought it was a convincing win. Well, it was 18-5 over Woodbury.
Yeah, that's
They have outscored their opponents, Edina, in these first 2 games, 36-9, with an 18-4 win to beat Blaine, the first game of the season.
Yeah, and what that just tells you is they're just solid in all facets. Attack, midi, they have a good face-off guy. Their defense is solid. So they're definitely going to be a team to watch all season.
10.5 to play. We get a whistle, and what is it? Equipment adjustment.
I don't know what happened there. There's no flag, so
back in play. Clock on the move.
Oh, good save. Good save, Blake Journey.
Journey with that reach to retain possession. Now trying to make the move. Barthel sealed off there. Pass and holding possession. Good job to continue to sustain that ball in possession here. That was Jensen. Jensen with 1 of the 3 goals. Here's our whistler this time. Unleashing one that time was Beck Cherney, but a save turned away. Spindler
Fast break again, up the middle. Good slide, Ethan.
Good move over. Collision bracketed. Walking in and scoring. The Hornets on the backside pass. Good eyes. They moved it quickly up the field after the save by Spindler. And finding the back of the net was Hugh Peterson. Little tic-tac-toe on the pass.
Yeah, I mean, Edina was really fortunate there, actually. I think the defense played that very well. It's a 4-on-3. You'll watch this. Ethan Berry slides. They run into each other. We had a chance for a turnover, and it literally goes right to the attackman for Edina. That was not a bounce in our favor, so to speak.
Tough look there, and they moved the ball so quickly and cleanly.
All right, who we got here? Jack Conrad getting some time. Let's see if we can win this face-off.
12-3 lead for Edina. Circling back up top, trying to get some time for a teammate to come in. And who other than Cooper Anderson with the hat trick already comes in on the fly, picks it up, and what do you think? Take some time off?
Probably, yeah. Cooper Anderson, he's an athletic player for sure out there. I like watching him play. He's a senior, graduates this year. I'm not sure what he's doing next year, but he's an athletic player. He's won a lot of ground balls today. Not only can he score, but he can get the ground ball as well.
Continuing to hold possession. They matriculated that ball so well on that last possession. As you mentioned, defensively, it looked like they had it covered.
Yeah, I think Edina stepped in the crease there, so that's a fortunate turnover. Let's see if we can come play on the other end for a little bit, guys. Oh, good anticipation by Edina. I think they saw that pass going to Hammer and busted up the play pretty quickly.
Whistled here. 8:37 to play, controlled now, and
there we go. Come on, Charlie, push it.
Out to Parker. Parker moves it up near side. He's got some running room.
Good clear, Charlie.
Continues with it. Near the 30, inside the 30. Works it low. We get a whistle. We get a timeout.
Yeah, good timeout, Jake Wilson. That's what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes those long pull D guys, they have a great clear like that and run out of real estate, and they didn't really have any place to put that ball. So for Jake to call timeout, take a breather, maintain possession, I like that call for sure.
Geared up here as they get running here, and some instruction coming from the first-year coach. Jake Wilson, a 2015 graduate of Maple Grove High School.
Yeah, Jake was just an awesome lacrosse player for the Crimson. He scored so many goals for this team. Went on and played college lacrosse as well.
At Monument, I believe.
Yes, he did. And he was just a great player. His dad, Gig, was a coach here for many years as well, so he's kind of following in his dad's footsteps, which I think is excellent. I know all the families here are really happy to have Jake as the head coach this year.
Had a chance to speak with him before the game, a little pre-game interview. Wow, just very articulate. You can tell, just focused and a great plan in place. And the other piece, I have a hunch, probably relates well with the players.
Oh, for sure.
And that's a key element of leading his group.
Yeah, the players love him. 2 years ago, he was actually voted as Assistant Coach of the Year for the state of Minnesota by his peers. So he's respected throughout the state for sure.
Yeah, he's got what they call that street cred.
That's right.
And the connection. Now, out of the timeout, let's see if they can find a goal here as they work the puck around the puck, the goal of ball around the perimeter. Lifted high beyond the reach. Unable to climb the ladder and bring that down was Ryan Smith, back the other way for the Hornets. And even on that one recent goal, it was a great outlet pass by the goalie. Connected it up, and within about 2 passes, they were right on the doorstep. Hence the 12th goal of the game for the Hornets, and they still have that 12-3 lead with 7.5 to play here in the fourth. Running on the near side, then redirected back out. Hornets, as you said, very deliberate, Nate, when they do have a possession. Work some of that clock. Meticulous passing. Rarely do they turn it over on their possession. And then before you know it, they snap and snipe one in.
Yeah, I like the fact, though, that Coach Wilson put them on his schedule to start the season, to play against teams like Matamida and Edina, both top 10 teams, is great. You know, the season's early. It doesn't really matter what happens in April. What matters is who's playing their best in June when sections come. So to play an out-of-conference team like Edina, playing one of the best 5 teams in the state, gives the Crimson an idea of where the level is that they need to get to by June.
Nate Leiser, I couldn't agree more. I mean, you ask the most experienced teams when they're building that program, developing, is don't be afraid to lose early. And, in this game, a lot of learning takes place during this situation. You don't like to lose often, but I'll tell you, when you play these teams like in Edina, you kind of apply the lessons and practices and then implement it again. But if you play that soft schedule, you just don't get any better. It's called like a false success.
Yep, that's right.
Working the perimeter here, being pressured up top. The Crimson. Under 6 to play here in the fourth. Nate, it's been great working with you. I've enjoyed your insight on the team and the strategy of this Crimson squad again, and some of your experience too versus the Hornets.
No, of course, it's been great. I'm sure most of the fans are tuning in to hear the silky voice of Spencer Bakke tonight, and he is out watching his Twins at Carthage play a tough game against Carroll today. When I checked at halftime, they were up, so he'll be back for the next home game to help as well.
There's a run again for the Hornets. They
no.
elude some contact on the doorstep, and they bury it back of the net. A catch and release near that slot, and burying that one for the Edina crew is Dietrich. We mentioned Lyle Dietrich.
Yeah,
19 goals last season.
Good individual effort. We definitely were on him. The one thing I would say for the D to maybe work on this week is there's been a number of times when I'm seeing a lot of green jerseys between our defense and our goalie, and that's not what you want to see. So I don't know if it's more of a fast break opportunity. Sometimes it is. That time, I don't think it was. I feel like we had the guy in the middle kind of stuffed up there, and again, the ball just happened to kind of bounce out to the right, and guess who's there? They're attackmen. So maybe got to shore up our positioning a little bit. The last thing that you want to have is 3D guys standing in a straight line, and I feel like that's happened a couple times tonight.
Edina, but double-digit lead now at 13-3. Dietrich scored that goal. Lyle, by the way, had 3 goals in that section championship loss to Eden Prairie last year.
Wow. Yeah, and Eden Prairie is a really good team as well. I mean, they're a lot like Edina, solid D, solid attack, not a lot of weaknesses. I didn't watch that game or hear much about that game, but that had to be a really good section final last year.
Dietrich with 19 goals last season and picks up 1 here. Late in this match, south of 5 to play, in fact, approaching 4. Some substitutions, players getting out there right now, and that's Beck Cherney back out, and he possesses the rock right now up top, climbing the ladder. Nice glove, and then losing possession. The Crimson, and a run on the counter attack here for the Hornets. They are buzzing, and a big shot here down low. Deflects, makes the initial save, scoops it up.
Yeah, good job, Charlie Parker. Yes, they did have a good opportunity, but Charlie made sure they didn't have a second opportunity. So good job here on the near side, Charlie.
Parker diffused that second scoring opportunity, as we now work it across the way of the Hornets.
Yeah, it's interesting. The other player I haven't seen out here this half is Jackson Schultzenberg, number 17. He's a senior, has a lot of experience as well. So I don't know what's up with Josh and Jackson, but hopefully they're doing all right this half. Hopefully it's nothing serious, we'll say. Now that I look, I do see Jackson is down there on the sideline, but I do not see Josh. I still do not see Josh.
Hornets content with working the perimeter now. Look at a run, and they redirect back out. Pressured up top of the perimeter. A low shot corralled and secured.
All right, Hammer. Let's move it forward.
2.5 to play. 13-3 lead.
Yeah, that's a much better clear. I've just noticed that the few times where Edina's kind of turned us over, we kind of got behind our goal and caught behind our goal. So to see Jacob put it up the middle quick to Ethan and over to Kazi, that was a great clear. Blake Cheerney entering the game.
Gust of wind came across here. It cleared off us. Water I had set up top. Haven't had that all game, but maybe that was the momentum shift.
That's right. Let's hope.
See that? A little mojo.
Let's hope. Or maybe it was the wind off that shot from Blake Cheerney. I don't know.
Potentially, yes. Approaching 2 to play. Again, next up for Maple Grove, they travel to the Tino Grace and then host Elk River in their next 2 games.
There's Will Burgess, number 11, in the game too, getting some minutes there at offensive midfield. Eli Varian.
Looking behind now at 1:25. Cutting out front, a quick shot tried to go low side, rebound denied. Wow.
Wow, that was an excellent play by the Edina goalie. You saw Ricky Peterson cut around in front of the net and he put a great low shot. There's no way he's going to catch that. The rebound comes out and the goalie stops that too. Really good play.
That ball had some bounce on the rebound. They corralled it to get the shot on, but he made that save as well. Yeah, impressive back-to-back stellar saves.
Yeah, really good.
As we're under a minute to play, 50 seconds getting loose. Cutting up top. Now the far side trying to make a run. Detoured that way defensively by the Crimson. As the Hornets move from the back of the net up front. 20 seconds left in this match. Impressive outing for the Hornets. Wow. They've got some scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know, you can't get down. It's only the 4th game. It's still April. I know they're going to go back to practice this week, and Grant and Coach Jake and everybody's going to sit them down and work on the fundamentals and get back in action. It's going to be a lot different game against Tino Grace. It's going to be a lot different game against Elk River. There's a lot of things to learn from this game, and so just stick with us. I just know when we're back here for the Elk River game, it's going to be a lot different result.
Hey, well, thanks for joining us, Joe Rulin, along with Nate on the call up here, Nate Leiser, and wow, impressive win for the Edina squad, 13-3. With the win, they moved to 3-0, and Maple Grove now goes to 2-2. They take on Tino Grace next week, and then Elk River is who they'll host here at Maple Grove. So, hey, Nate, thanks for joining us. A great evening. Now it's starting to get a little long in the tooth, a little cold out there with the wind and the rain as well. We appreciate you joining us and being part of this broadcast. And thanks for joining us. 13-3 win, Edina over Maple Grove. I'm Joe Rulin along with Nate Leiser. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.
Have a great evening, everybody.